We are here for mapping with the moon. Hello, this is day 3. We are here during a lunar eclipse, a blood moon in Virgo. And eclipses are times of change, times of transformation. And they are unpredictable. For some of us, it can feel unsafe or unstable. Eclipses are known for catalyzing different events that happen within us on this personal level instead. Yes, so Kelly, I see that you're here. Tamika, I am so happy to see you too. If you are here with us live, please say hello. This is Mapping with the Moon, the lunar eclipse transmission. And I would love to connect with everyone about how you are feeling. How does this eclipse feel within your body? I know for me, I have felt super activated and physically tired at the same time. It's so different, and just feeling all of this possibility, this creativity, it feels very inspiring to me, which is different from how I've experienced some eclipses in the past. The one that we had 6 months ago, that one was huge. And for me, I am really feeling the refinement of it. And I use the word refinement because this lunar eclipse is happening. Well, it happened at 3:33 a.m. on March 3rd, Pacific time, 3:33, and we will take it because that is a significant number, isn't it? And let me look to see what all of you are saying here in the chat. Kelly, so you're feeling the same way? She's saying dreams and visions so vivid. Is it me or it's OMG intense? It is intense. We are living in such intense times. And with this eclipse happening in Virgo, the illusion of perfection is being pinged in so many of us. We may feel this personally. We may notice different systems that we are criticizing. We may be holding harsh judgments on ourselves as well. I'm going to check Instagram and say hello to everyone over here. Working with 2 screens always makes it exciting. So, the illusion of perfection is the illusion of relationship that comes into our awareness and has such strict, harsh standards and expectations. And these standards and expectations are not authentic. Really, what they do is it creates a disconnect between us and our authenticity. This is where we think we have to present ourselves a certain way, where we have to do things a certain way, where we hold ourselves back from being creative or authentic because we are feeling a lot of pressure to be a certain way. And what this does is it really dulls your light and your creativity. It's this play it safe mentality that really limits your freedom. So, one reason this eclipse may feel so uncomfortable for you and for so many of us is because you could be clearly seen, maybe not clearly seen, but you feel how you have held yourself back. You notice how you are comparing yourself to other people. And maybe you are seeing how you've let yourself down. I know these can be uncomfortable themes, but eclipse season as we have been in. We've been journeying through eclipse season together since we began mapping with the moon a couple weeks ago when we had our solar eclipse. And these shadowy themes are coming up. So looking at the chat here, and if you're just tuning in, please say hello and let us know how you are feeling, how the eclipse feels in your body. Okay, so Tamika says, with connection to the 6th Street incident, intense pressure to deliver on impossible deadlines, a big decision deadline tomorrow, fear, grief, and looking through an unclear lens at all interactions has been intense. Of course, because there are so many different threads that are happening right there. We have tragedies that are happening in our city, which is in Austin. Tragedies that are happening in other places in the world. And there is a lot of pressure in the field right now. So let's all just start and let's take a couple deep breaths together. I want you to recognize that the shadowy material that is coming up right now and the places in you that feel uncomfortable, this is like that glimmer of light. This is the candle that has been lit in the dark room where we can kind of see those shadowy figures, whether it's how we respond to pressure, how we compare ourselves to others, how we hold ourselves back, the ways that we control, illusion of control, illusion of absorption, how we have a reckoning with ourselves that what we used to do that worked no longer works, or where we want to be right about all of the wrong things. So just sitting with this, because so often what many of us do is if something feels uncomfortable, we want to avoid it. We want to bypass it. We want to pretend it's not there. And when we do that, that's what causes the suffering. by acknowledging what you are afraid of and just sitting with the discomfort, you don't have to live there, but just sitting with it. This shows you that light, that glimmer of hope that you can just walk through. What would it be like if you could compare yourself to others and have radical acceptance about that? It's like, okay, there I go again. Junior is comparing themselves to others. Junior is the tender word that we use for ego in here. I'm going to check the chat because there's a few things happening. Kelly says, yes, I feel I'm working so hard at work and not being recognized when others at work don't and they get rewarded. Yes, I hate that I compare. Yes, just feeling what you shared right now. And this is something that many of us can relate to on different levels. It may not be at work. It could be at home. It could be with friends where maybe we're just not seen. The guidance that is coming in is to recognize ourselves, and not from this space of, look at how hard I work, but from this space of, I am in integrity and I am choosing to do my best. And that is true no matter what other people are doing, who's being recognized and who's not. Tina says, yes, I felt very off for a week or so, which is unusual for me, overwhelmed, not so confident. Tina, I love the honesty. And so as many of you may know, I'm in martial arts. I am a first degree black belt in Kung Fu. I just started my Tai Chi practice. And something that I said to one of my friends there was, I am having a low self-esteem day today. This happened a month ago, and we had a laugh about it. And that is something that's so beautiful, is just to realize that we don't always have to be 100% or feel confident, because when you're doing new things, and in these times that we are living in, we are all in very, like, the energetic climate is so different. We have not been here before. We are breathing uncertainty. This does feel overwhelming for the nervous system. Junior does get triggered. And the key is, I may not feel confident, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay that I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay that I'm still. You can be still and not be frozen. Sometimes you may only know the first step that's in front of you, and that gets to be enough. Morgan, I'm so happy you're here. Morgan says it's really nerve-wracking and disorienting. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone on this call is sensitive. Everyone is feeling this energy. Sandra says, I'm in Cancun on vacation with my son. That I was going to say, that's amazing. And then I go on to read, and she says, and I've been so sick, my chest and throat hurt and just starting to feel better. I feel like I can't breathe. Yesterday, I was at the beach and felt rage in my chest, and I had to sit with it to understand fully the root of it. Today, my son and I just felt like being in our room to rest. It can feel so good to just rest and to be present with what is there. Now, Sandra, what you shared sparked another lunar eclipse in Virgo insight for all of us. In its exalted form, when I say exalted, I don't exactly mean that in an astrology sense. What I mean is Virgo at her best is upholding these codes of integrity and this precision that it has a divine perfection to it where there's harmony, things are just moving together, it's organized beautifully. And a shadow of Virgo, and this is true no matter where Virgo might be in your natal chart, this is something that's happening collectively right now, is Virgo can be critical. And Virgo can resist pleasure and resist being in the moment and enjoying. And just noting that you're on vacation and maybe this eclipse is showing you how there's so much joy to receive, and that medicine is to just be present with your body and to feel the joy there and to just let it be and move through you. I wonder, because I know that I have certainly had issues with receiving. And I feel that this eclipse, this blood moon eclipse, is as we dismantle that illusion of perfection. One way this can show up as well is around the theme of rest, where maybe we're tired and we're not letting ourselves rest. Just these toxic thoughts of that we don't deserve rest. You know, all those junior things, that deep conditioning, all of that is coming up to be transmuted right now. So I'm wondering who else is feeling that way. Jeannie, I am so happy that you're here. Catherine says, you can be still and not frozen. Love that. That resonates with me as well. Vicki, I'm so happy you're here. Ruby says, I started out the day excited, then frustration and confusion. Totally. Catherine says, feel like I have to make micro movements right now. Simple, staying grounded, breathing slowly. And that brings up such a good point. Just when fear comes up or there's a lack of clarity that's present, we can be still and we can breathe. And when the timing is right, we can act. And with this eclipse season, we are being asked to rest and we are being asked to see what wants to be seen. We're asked to sit with the shadow and to be with that, to release judgment about that. So, and Vicki says, I've done more EDMR in the last week, but excavating some great stuff, but also having gallbladder attacks as I purge that rage. Yes, and this rage is a theme that's been coming up for so many of us lately. So much of this is the dark feminine that's coming through. We are noticing the different boundaries that have been violated on a personal level for us, that we've seen violated on the collective level as well. And we may not know what to do with it, but we are asked to be still and to be with what wants to be seen. So in a full moon, and all lunar eclipses are full moons, the sun and the moon are opposite each other. And since I am in martial arts and I am a black belt mystic, if we can frame what you are spending time with in your psyche, these different comparisons, these high standards, feeling that red hot rage in your body, noticing how your body responds, if it's with a physical ailment or if you're experiencing that overwhelm and having a low self-esteem day. All the stories that this could be attached to, whether it is from childhood, it's past life related, or we're blaming someone or something external to us with how we feel, different people in our lives, global events. All of this can be seen as your opponent. And while fighting with anger can be really productive and it can get you far, if you're going to do that, you're going to need to give yourself some time to rest. And sometimes those emotions can cause a freeze where we don't act. But right now, this isn't about having to fight anyone. It is asked to look at it directly, head on, to see this opposition and to be with it, not to run away from it. And if you're listening to this live or you're listening to the recording, this is what needs to be heard and seen right now. Sandra says, whoa, thank you. That resonates so much. The theme of rest has been coming up a lot for me in the last few months, how I don't allow myself to rest and feel super guilty when I do. I am in my room resting and feeling guilty not taking advantage of being outside. Oh, you know what? I think we've all been there, and that's okay. You will be outside right now. It's time to just be. It's so much fun when Junior has FOMO, when you're doing what your body needs you to do. Lucille, I am so glad you're here. How are you feeling during this eclipse? Okay. All right. So I love reading everybody's comments about how eclipse season is impacting them. It's wonderful to connect and to see that you are not alone in what you are feeling and in how you feel. I'm looking at the chat and Kelly says, Lauren, I took your last week's tarot card for me to share my experiences. Oh, so you did this in a YouTube newsletter. That's amazing. Congratulations on that. Yes, the illusion of perfection can really keep us locked in to keeping everything to ourselves and not sharing because we're afraid of what other people might think. These are just different reasons that are pretty generalized here. Afraid of what other people might think. We're worried we're going to get it wrong. And Another person's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. We never have to become who other people think we are. It's up to us to be true to ourselves. And that true self of yours is wanting to emerge. And there will be clarity on those next steps in the coming days. So Lucille says, I rested all day because I had no energy to get up. Good. Sometimes we absolutely need that time. Okay, so I am guided to this. We're going to do this before we do the collective reading. And one note about that. Last week, I asked some of you if you shared with a friend, whether it was sharing this live stream, sharing the replay that I sent out, or the newsletter, to let me know, and I would add you to a drawing. And I believe that I said I would announce that today. I'm guided to do that next week. Is what I am giving as a gift. If you win the drawing, it will coincide more at a later time frame. So we're going to do that next week, which gives you extra time in case you would like your name entered more to win this gift that is very much in alignment with mapping with the moon and this work that we are doing here today. So now what we're going to do, and I'm seeing Lucille's chat. Now I'm outside shoveling, but wanted to make this live. So I jumped in my car to rest again. I love it. And this is constructive rest. It really is. Okay, looking at the chat, Phoenix says, the card you pulled for me last week basically told me to touch grass. Totally. I took that to heart and have been grounding myself barefoot outside in the grass every morning. The results have been amazing. Oh, I love hearing that. And this is really beautiful guidance for all of us right now, because Virgo is an earth sign and is very much about being outside. So Lucille, even though you've been shoveling snow, you're outside, you're connecting with the earth. Sandra, who's in Cancun, you were doing this earlier today. You're resting in your room. This is all this is great. And for those of us who haven't spent enough time outside today, we can still do that if we so choose. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to have an empowering visualization. And this is going to assist us in moving through this eclipse energy. And this is we can think of this as a black belt mystic kind of vibe to it, where this is about being sovereign, even when things feel and seem scary. So let's all take a deep breath. I had to remind myself I need to do that too. And I would like for you to observe how your body feels, what's present. Is your heart beating? Is your throat calling for your attention? Is it your solar plexus? Just notice We're just gathering information. These aren't judgments. Now I want you to notice your posture. If you're lying down and resting, you can visualize yourself standing up, or only if it's aligned. We're not pushing ourselves right now. We're here to receive. Stand up. Or sit up. I wanted to stand up and I was like, I better just stay sitting. So it would be distracting. Make sure that one of your feet is slightly in front of the other, like you're walking. Notice your posture and really feel your spine. Feel your connection to the earth, your feet on the earth. Feel her energy coming up through your body to support you. And now, let this opponent come to mind. This is not, we recommend that this not be a person. Maybe this is the energy that they represent, or better yet, how it feels in your body with that emotional essence, or even if there aren't words, just the feeling in your body, how that overwhelm or that comparison shows up. And we are going to be with this for a couple of breaths. Breathe deep into your belly. And then you're going to take your hand and you are just going to move it across your body. Like that. This gives you a boundary. And from here, feel your power and know that whatever emotion is present, all of this can be transmuted to assist you in integrating all that you are experiencing and learning. So let's take one deep breath in and release. Okay, so how does everyone feel? What was that like? What was blocked out of your field? What was cut out? What does that boundary feel like? How does it feel to be sovereign? Morgan says, it's funny you mentioned being outside. I was camping for 4 days and got back just in time for the eclipse. Very jarring shift back. Oh, I bet. My husband and I went to the Amazon rainforest in October last year, and just being in that nature and a very different pace. That was getting back, not even just to the US, but just not being in the jungle anymore. It was quite an adjustment and integration as well. That's amazing that you are camping. Jimmy says he's plowing. Awesome. In Austin, Texas, it was like 88 degrees today. Crazy, right? Vicky says their energy was cut, could not penetrate. Badass. Okay. So we're about to move into the collective reading. And this is, we're going to see if there's any more insight that comes up for us collectively on how to deal with the eclipse. And I'm thinking, haven't we gotten enough? But we'll see what happens. And then we'll do the individual card pulls as well. And before we do that, I want to share something with you. I mentioned last week this 9-month experience that I led and how profound that was. What I didn't share then, and it's time to share now, is that this 9-month initiation called Reclaim Your Lunar Flame is happening again. We are starting on April 21st. It's calls in the evening. And this is for 6 people. So this offer is not for everybody. It's not going to resonate with everyone. It's not supposed to. This is for 6 people where we will be meeting bi-weekly, where we will be connecting with the moon and in this rhythm of the cycles. There will be an integration month in June as I will be traveling to China with my martial arts school and my husband. But this is 9 months of doing this work of sovereignty and this connection with your authentic truth. This is $3,600, and there are monthly payment plans as well. I will share the web page for that at the end of this call. And this is application only. That felt really important to me to do it that way so that there can be levels of discernment within this. I will review these applications at the end of March. And we start this Reclaim Your Lunar Flame initiation in April. Okay, so with that, let's get into the collective reading. Okay, so to do this, I would like to set a quick intention. And I love for all of us to set our intentions as we do this. So divine creator and creatrix, divine creator and creatrix, divine creator and creatrix, our guides and our allies, 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 our higher selves, our higher selves, our higher selves. I request spiritual assistance and this transmission of this collective reading for this lunar eclipse. I ask that everything that comes through me is accurate and authentic and supports everyone on this call in navigating this eclipse energy in their lives with love, trust, and confidence. And now, everyone, take a moment to set your intention for this collective reading and perhaps for your own question as well as we transition into the card pulls later. So with a deep breath and release, And so it is. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that rest is actually one of the most important things that you can do for this lunar eclipse. I'm seeing that even if you aren't feeling well, or if you've recently not been feeling well, whether this is physical or emotional, this is to allow an upgrade to take place. This is to encourage rest. And for those of us who have been feeling healthy and good, take some extra care of yourself and don't neglect your body. We are here to rest, and there is no need to make any rash decisions right now. They're saying pressure is an illusion. What I am seeing, though, is something that grounds this eclipse is this notion of lack, of scarcity, and of poverty. When we want something or we desire abundance, it is so easy, as here we are with a comparison, to see what it is that we don't have, or we start comparing ourselves to other people, illusion of perfection. And what happens with that is it separates us from spirit, which inevitably creates this energy of spiritual poverty. And that can show up in the physical circumstances as well. And this is not for us to shame ourselves about or deny this. It's just to be real with. This is what's present right now. All of us are spiritual beings having human experiences. Our body is our boundary, but we are all one. And we chose to be here in this illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is not something that I made up. It's not one of my illusions of relationship, but it's where we really do forget that we are of source. And that's so normal. We have lives to lead, but there's this reminder of that coming in, and to let you know that if you are focused so much on what you don't have, you're losing out on the opportunity to really let the light shine on you. And you might be experiencing some of your flaws, whether it's, wow, I wish I could do this better than I do. I feel like that so often, especially in martial arts. I'm like, I wish I could one day look cool when I do this move, but it's probably going to take years, and I don't have to be attached to that. So what spirit also wants you to know is to realize that even though eclipse season feels really unstable, so if you're listening to this, if you're watching this live or a recording, there is stability in your life. And this stability, spirit is saying, don't confuse this with a rigidity here. Sometimes we can cling to stability, and change can feel unpredictable. It can feel scary in the body. So it's just support yourself with the sleep, with the nourishment, the deep breaths, taking it. I think it was Catherine who said, just, move, like just one step at a time, going at your own pace, celebrate all of it. That is so supportive. Sometimes when we're we're like, oh, wait, what am I doing? In those moments, just take a deep breath in. So something spirit also wants us all to know is that we get to release the plan. And I know that many of us don't like this, because we like having plans. It gives us this illusion of certainty. This is the illusion of control. And the thing is the plans that you have for yourself, there is something better that's in store for you. So if you are, let's say you're grieving that something didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, and this could be something that happened today or during the last eclipse season, 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 60 years ago, whatever it is, realize that there are times when things do not work out for us for a reason. And it's because there is a higher plan at play, or sometimes we feel really passionate about something, or we follow our intuition and it doesn't go according to whatever plan Junior has. This can feel very jarring for us. And then we lose sight of the big picture, where what if you needed to do that to get to the awareness that you're at now? Huge. There are times that I've witnessed in my life, things that I didn't know if I would ever recover from it. And I did. And you could be going through something right now where you don't know, and it's okay to hold the I don't know and to trust that it really is working out for you, and to just release the plan, because whatever plans you have now, there is something bigger. And sometimes we can focus on the plan and just micromanage ourselves. So there are options for you at this time. And you get to choose what it is that you want to put your energy into. And you can do your energetic research. You can dip your toe in the water, see how you feel. There are different experiences that are here for you to try. And maybe you don't do that today because we're in that eclipse zone, but it's here for you. So what Spirit really wants for you is to be grounded. I know, like, we're talking about the eclipse, the planets. All of us are spiritual people here. Sometimes we can get ungrounded and we can get floaty, and this can happen when maybe like we don't feel so spiritual, and we're like worrying and trying to micromanage and overplan. It's time to be grounded, and instead of trying to tackle 1,100 things at the same time, go at your own pace. That's what this is about. This is about going at your own pace and staying grounded and clear on what is actually happening. Not what feels like it's happening, but what is actually happening, but keeping an eye on what it feels like so that you can get yourself the support that you need. I hope that makes sense. So something that we may notice, this is what the collective reading says, is that, and this came up, I think, either last week or the weekend before, you could be on a very different path from others or from where you were before. And this is all according to the plan. Eclipses are karmic. They are fated. The things that do not resonate now or that are not working right now, they're not supposed to. We're supposed to realize that logic is going to look different, that we get to move forward on faith, but also being grounded by taking care of ourselves, by showing up and doing what we need to do, by having that discipline to move from. And you may find that either from the last eclipse 6 months ago or from the next eclipse that we're going to have, you could be a very different person. So what you are moving through right now, this discomfort is exactly what you get to lean into to liberate yourself. I'm taking a deep breath. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. How does that feel with everyone? Vicky says too hot to be outside. It kind of was. I am trying to enjoy it because I know it's going to get hotter. So I'm just like, this 88 degrees is okay. Tina says, wow, I needed that. Things don't work out because maybe something better will happen. Yes, totally. Kelly says, makes sense. I keep looking at Instagram and, oh, Jess, I was going to say no one was commenting. Jess, I love you too. And hello. I saw someone just said hi on there. It's so awkward. Oh, the illusion of perfection. Here we go. Okay. Kelly says, bring the sunshine to me. It's cold in Baltimore. Oh my gosh, right? Okay, dear one. So now we're going to all ground in. I need to light some incense. Let me know if you want me to pull a card for you, because I will not do it unless I have your consent. So just let me know. And I'm going to light some patchouli. That is very grounded, and that's the energy that needs to come through right now. Okay. All right. So for these card pulls, I wanted to use another deck. I really did. But again, my inner authority and spirit led me to do Old Faithful, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. And this, and I was kind of looking like, well, why? Like, why does it always have to be this card? And I just dropped a card, and the card that I dropped, it was one of the ones that I was reading from, but it was the Four of Swords, which is all about rest. So this is telling me like, hey, like chill, we got you. It's kind of funny. Okay. I love these cards too, Ruby. I really do. So I am shuffling them. And again, I want you to take a moment and breathe. And let's set an intention together. My intention is that the card that you get and the mini reading that you receive gives you exactly what you need. And yeah, from the heart, like just with the North Node being in Pisces right now in this lunar eclipse in Virgo near the South Node, we really do get to come from our hearts and to be in this energy of compassion and to appreciate one another. This isn't a time to be alone and to navigate on your own. And I'm saying this as someone who's highly independent. I love that. And recently in my Clarity portal, that's my membership, I created a community in there where we can talk about mapping with the moon and the weekly transmissions that I give to my members. And my point is that all of us are being asked to extend our hearts and our gifts in some way. So let's all come from our hearts. And I think that's why the card deck came up. Okay. All right, let me see who wants a card. Tina, your name is first, so you get to start us off. Tina, your card says joy and stability. Choose this even on those low self-esteem days. And what's great about this is that you have something to compare it to. You know what it is to feel super clear and like you are on the best path and moving forward. And then you know what it's like to feel shaky and overwhelmed. But this is all a part of that cycle and that ebb and flow. And you really are in this place of joy and stability, and Spirit would love for you to trust that and to see that and to look for the joy. Try asking for a sign when you start your day, just like, show me the joy and stability today. And you can see what happens, because when we know we are in partnership with Spirit, we can really break free of that illusion of separation. Kelly, you're next. Kelly, yours is shine, and look at this beautiful card, how her heart is just wide open and she is flying. I am feeling like at work, because you mentioned work earlier and not feeling recognized. It would help you so much to just remember to put those shoulders back and to feel into your heart, and to know that your presence and you showing up is such a beautiful contribution. And you are shining whether or not you are recognized for that. While it may not be in that room, it is the small efforts that we take every day that can activate different parts of our lives. And for you to remember that, and how other pathways will open up and you will see it, and to just continue to connect with that loving heart, intuitive energy. And remember, if somebody's card resonates with you, it's for a reason. All of us are in the field right now, and we are all just in this similar energy, and that's why these messages can really resonate. So I'm going to check Instagram to see if anyone. I'm not an Aquarius falafel. I'm on Instagram. I do have Aquarian placements. I'm a Pisces. Jess, you're the first person on Instagram but I will tell you, falafel, my Mercury's in Aquarius, in case you were interested in that. Okay. So Jess, this is your card. Your card says, open up. Wow. There is something that you are inspired to do and to say, and this just requires you to step and to stand in your energy. If you were here for that activation that we did earlier with that black belt mystic, the sovereignty, practice standing like that and to feel what you want to do so you can feel that strength. You are here to start something, to initiate something, and the only person who could be holding you back or not giving yourself enough credit is you. Okay, I'm going to do another one from Instagram. Stephanie, this is yours. Here we go. Okay, it is spread your wings. Look, again, we have this heart theme again. Number 2, and number 2 is a love number, of course. Love has been a recurring theme for you, and this kind of love is one that is activated through loving yourself and connecting with those passions and those desires that you have. You are here to really open your heart and to spread your wings. Again, similar to Jess's card open up that we just had, the biggest limitation is what you won't let yourself do. So when the time feels right, and don't overthink it. Virgo can overthink. That's illusion of perfection as well. But when the time is right, it's time to act on something loving that you could do for yourself that symbolizes what it is for you to spread your wings and to be free. Okay. Sandra, this card is for you. This says, choose your battles. Number 7. You have a very strong and powerful energy, Sandra. And what your attention goes to amplifies everything. This isn't to be in denial. It is not to avoid. It is, but it means that you can prioritize what you take on and whether or not you lose energy to it. This is kind of what came up earlier about adrenaline, like running on adrenaline. You are asked to really, instead of just reacting and going for it, this is illusion of drama. This is something that I totally have experience with. Be with it, sit with it, get the information, and when you're clear, you can handle it directly and head on without losing your power. Lucille, this card is for you. And after this, I'm going to check my Instagram to see who wants a card over there. Win or lose, number 5. Lucille, have you been thinking in terms of winners and losers lately? What Spirit wants you to know is if you feel like you have won or you have lost, that it's a perspective, and this perspective isn't something that fully it matters, but it's the attachment to results that you're asked to let go of, because things that we can that we perceive that we failed at or that we lost, this can really bring us into new gains. And with this lunar eclipse that's happening in Virgo, the South Node, this will show us what we have lost. This is why a lot of us feel so tired or destabilized. Like, we are feeling the grief of what once was, what we've lost, what we're losing. But remember, some things need to be destroyed for something else to be created. And again, if something doesn't go according to plan or go smoothly, there's something else. So long story short, you are winning. You are still here. You are still moving forward. I'm going to look over here. Casey, this is for you. Change your focus. Number 5. 5 is a card of change. And this is about different perspectives, again, that we can hold. And really look at what is getting your attention. Maybe it's what you have been feeling overwhelmed by. This is a shift in perspective that's needed. It's also what I'm feeling is what you feel like needs to be solved right now. That attachment to the timing that happens on, that isn't going to support you. There are other things that need your attention. And right now, you focusing on your art and on what brings you harmony and beauty, this is going to allow you to connect with that energy of clarity and where those next steps or what you need will come to light. And this is for all of us right now, like connecting with what is beautiful, being in nature. We have some really strong Venus vibes that are happening right now. And this will really support you in integrating this and in a gentle way. Integrating all these shadowy themes. I'm going to go over here to Instagram again. Phoenix, this is for you. Confront. Have you been avoiding something lately, Phoenix? This is asking you to confront, and it's a pretty direct card here. And when it comes to conflict, it's always, as you know me, I'm like, I'm a recovering drama queen. Phoenix and I've known each other for a while. Instead of running toward every problem and just like going for it, as that's like the adrenaline. Some of us don't, like, we go into avoidance, like we don't want to deal with it, we think it's going to go away. However we deal with conflict, we get to first of all look at, well, what is this triggering in my body? How do I feel? What does this remind me of? Doing some breathing in that, not to make it go away, but just to have that awareness and realizing that a part of confrontation is communication, and that can be done in a way that is elegant and productive. And if it's not, if it's messy, that's okay. Because again, there's no right way to do things. There's no wrong way. We are all just works in progress. Break free of the illusion of perfection. So I'm going to see. Vicky, this is for you. Heart chakra. I'm just inspired to take a deep breath in, and I invite all of you to do that as well. Feels so good to breathe. Vicky, more awareness to your heart is what is needed. You are brilliant, and there's a tendency to live in your head and to map everything out. And this is beautiful, but this heart wisdom is wanting to come through. So again, like some other guidance, having this awareness of your heart, checking your posture. If you're crunched over at your computer, or you notice you're walking a certain way, shift it and see how you feel, and connect to your heart, and know that when you are vulnerable and you speak from your heart and you connect with that emotion, it really does, it's nourishing for you. It's a way that you can love and parent yourself, is what's coming in. And this goes for all of us as well. Like, we don't get to bypass our emotions or how we feel. Morgan, this is for you. Reach out. Number 3. Morgan, you have so much spiritual support, and you need to reach out more and trust that. There is a spiritual practice that wants to be formed, and you may know what this is, and you can consider this a divine invitation to move forward with that, trusting that there's no wrong way. And when you take a beginner's approach, there's always support there. I'm going to look over here. Jess says, whoa, that's amazing. I always hear that, especially as an emotional manifestor, 4/6. Totally. Yes. So for you, Jess, you really get to be aware of those feelings that you have, those emotions. And you, as a manifestor, we're talking about human design for those of you who aren't in that world. That's totally fine. As a manifestor, you are so connected to that inspiration, and you receive that inspiration. Notice how it feels in your body. Let yourself sleep on it. And then it's up to you to bring it forward and make the impact with that. And to trust that as a manifester, when you come through, especially when your emotions are clear or clear enough, you get that support. Jess says, Stephanie says, wow. No, she says, yay. Jess says, I'd love you to do more of these, Lauren. Always and on, inspired by you. Love you so much. I love you too. And Jess, you are in the Clarity portal. We have a group in there called the Clarity Temple now, and there are refined transcripts, and it's awesome. So Casey says, so helpful. Thank you. Phoenix, you are so welcome. Okay, so I just drew Morgan's. Ruby, this is yours. Ruby, you are going to laugh. It says move. Oh, that is so direct. I don't even know what else more to say. What I will say, I'll universalize it a little, is that this is your sign to make the move that you want. If you've been wanting to move, things are lining up for you to move, but there's doubt about moving, move. Maybe you don't take the next step today, maybe you rest a little bit, but it's happening, and it's in your hands, and you are holding something that you love, demonstrated by the heart here. Catherine, I'm so glad you're here. Your card is base chakra number 1. For these chakra cards, I love taking a deep breath. Let's all just like breathe into that root. Adjust our posture, check our heart. Notice that tailbone, as that's base chakra connected. Catherine, so much is being revealed to you about how you connect with these different structures in your life, like whether, like, this is going to sound silly, but I'm going to say family. Family isn't necessarily a structure, but what I'm really getting at is your connection to community, to family. These are big themes that's coming up. You with your tribe, maybe navigating what your friends or community might think of you. So there is a need for grounding, and just, again, like what we did during that Black Belt Mystic activation, just being grounded in who you are. You may not know exactly who that is yet. It is unfolding, and that's great, but just feet on the ground, remembering your posture. And it's just an acceptance of what is happening, and that you're moving into new levels, and you don't know what that looks like, but it's going to be okay, especially if you work on grounding and regulating. Okay. Tamika says, yes, hoping for insight around an important decision if the universe offers it. So yes, a card, please. Okay. Tamika, this says simply love, and it is a picture of a parent with their child. So if this choice is about love, or it's about opening your heart, the answer is yes. The answer is to keep it simple, not to overcomplicate it, and to choose love. Love others and let them love you. Okay. Catherine says it takes a village. Tina says, I love that. Thank you. You're so welcome. Hearts to you too, Lucille. Kelly says, OMG, that card resonates with me since I fly every night. I know when I saw that card, Kelly, I thought it looks like she's sleeping. And then you clarified that with your outer body experiences. Thank you for that. Something to think about. Yes. Ah, Alexis, hi, I'm so glad you're here. If you want a card, let me know. I'm so happy to see you and to feel your presence if you're still here. I'm glad you're here, Vicky. I think I pulled one for you already. Everybody's just chatting with each other. This is so wonderful. Okay. Morgan says, thank you. Just beginning to connect to a lot of ancestral energy, trying to release the desire to make it make sense logically. Ruby's laughing, and Catherine, heart to you too. Morgan, I love that you said for it to make sense logically, because that's a part of what we're letting go of. Like, that's the plan that we need to release. South nodes will show us what's being released, what we're grieving, what is no more. And this is in Virgo, so it's also showing us what is being refined as well. This full moon is showing us like there's this point that we've gotten to, and now it's time to let go and to take what we've learned in a new direction. So logically, logic is shifting, and the thing is there's been deep conditioning to show up logical and to have a plan and to do this and that, and it works for some people. This is a life template that we talked about last week, but it doesn't work for everyone. And I always laugh, because I remember when I used to think that way, and then Anyway, what I'm telling you is give yourself the freedom to do that, to connect with that ancestral energy, and to release logic on this. Do not release discernment, but release logic and just accept, hey, this is new for me. This is a part of my journey, and I am learning and just moving with it. Life is so much fun when we allow that magic in, and when we can just be at peace with things not making sense to Junior, because you are growing and shifting and your paradigm is expanding. So it will at some point make sense, and it's time to move forward with that discernment. Catherine says, yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I'm showing up more. I'm so glad. Tamika says, I cried. Thank you. Okay, Alexis, this is your card. Crown chakra. Deep breath. There is so much energy that is coming through you right now, Alexis. And it, again, something big that we've been talking about on this call is this presence of our posture, how our body feels, and our heart. And this wisdom wants to make it into your heart and into your body, and wants to come through you. It may not, what you're receiving, if it's a frequency or a channel, or to universalize this, there could be a shift in frequency that's coming in. This is for you to make your own, and it may not feel super practical right now, but allowing it into your body and allowing spirit to show you how this resonates in your life will bring it into that form. So continue to pay attention and to open yourself up to that new way of being. I am so glad Anessa told you. I'm going to put her name down again. on the list. Wow. So this was mapping with the moon, call 3, and we still have a couple more to go. We are meeting here on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And next week, we're going to have half moon. We're going to be at that third quarter. And this is, things are going to start to feel more grounded and clear. And we're going to see the wisdom that comes in for continuing to be sovereign and moving through this eclipse season with discernment and with that grounded posture and that heart empowerment. Yes. So thank you all for being with me. If you are in the Clarity portal, I will be posting a gift to the Moon Vault that will assist you in the integration. We'll be chatting about it in the Clarity Temple as well. And I will share that webpage to the Reclaim Your Lunar Flame initiation with the application. And if this calls to you, just be with it and apply if this is where you feel you are being led. And in the meantime, my desire for you is to be true to yourself and to notice that energetic opponent and to continue moving forward. So I will see you all next week, sending you blessings of love and peace, rest and sovereignty as you move through this. Thank you.